Well, welcome to Telford. We're back here for another big fight week, and I'm joined by the second best dressed man in the room, obviously behind myself, Tunde. How are you?
Well, listen, I'll give you that accolade.
You're going to give me that?
Yeah, of course, because it's about being humble, bro.
I'll take that. Pocket square looking good as well. We sort of had a discussion off camera as to how to do it, so I'd like us both to show the camera our pocket squares, and maybe the viewers at home can judge.
I'll be honest with you, I'm blagging it.
Yeah, same. Honestly, I just sort of stuck it in there and just hoping for the best.
I'm blagging it. I just go like this. I don't know what I'm doing.
Mate, so the reason we're here, obviously, Anthony Yarde is back. He's getting a fight in before he fights Artur Beterbiev. I mean, it's a tricky sort of thing to navigate, though, right? Because everyone's going to be asking him about Artur Beterbiev. But he's got this fella in front of him, Stefanie Koykov, who's going to come with ambition. He's got 12 knockouts in his 15 fights. How have you gone about preparing for this and focusing on the task at hand?
Well, first of all, off the back, it will be beyond me to say the Beterbiev fight is not in the back of our minds or even on the forefront of our minds, but sometimes the things which lie ahead is what motivates you now. And I can say personally for myself as a trainer, and Anthony can speak for himself, but we've taken this fight very, very, very seriously. Probably the hardest we've ever trained. So nobody's taking anyone lightly. As you said, it's the fight before the fight, and we have to do our job.
So you say this is the hardest you've ever trained, and it's, I guess beforehand, it was for Artur Beterbiev, and suddenly the target changed and for Stefanie Koykov. Did you have to tweak anything for Stefanie Koykov, or is it still just about being the best Anthony Yarde and training as hard as you can kind of thing?
Yeah, well, it has to be, because if you look at Beterbiev, he's only got one thing in his mind, which is Anthony Yarde. So we got to have the same focus, and Koykov, you say his name is?
Stefanie Koykov.
Koykov.
I'm probably wrong as well.
He could as well. His name could be Beterbiev. Name may as well be Beterbiev, because I feel that there's no slip-ups. It's concentration maximum. In terms of the preparation, there's always, because every fighter brings something different, style-wise, and other than that, it's full steam ahead.
This time away from the ring, obviously Anthony beat Lyndon Arthur in December last year. It looked like he was going to fight Beterbiev in October, and then that fight got pushed back until we're hearing end of January. But this time away from the ring, has there been benefits to Anthony from not fighting, from just being in the gym, or is it just he needed to really get a fight in? Is it only disadvantages, or are there any advantages?
Well, first off, he's a professional athlete, and so activity always plays a crucial part in anything. Any sportsman wants to be active because you can train as hard as you can dedicate yourself and focus, but the only thing which you cannot teach is experience, the experience of fight night. And so I just feel that Anthony has done what he's always done, been a consummate professional, he's got a pillow in the gym, a blanket, one of them, them inflatable beds.
Yeah.
They're there. Yeah. It's in the gym. Box up crime. Go down Ilford, you'll see it.
You'll get to see Anthony Yarde sleeping in the gym through the window.
The boy lives in the gym, and so it's hard work, dedication. Nothing has changed, Dev. If you interview me from the very first time, we've always adopted that footballer's mentality. Nowadays, footballers used to have a little rest. They used to probably be back on a Monday. Now they're playing on Saturday. They're on the ground on Sunday.
Yeah.
And so we've always had that mentality. And in terms of training, it's not stopped. It's just a case of let's get in there Saturday night, do the business, and let's look forward to the fight after.
You went to see Artur Beterbiev versus Joe Smith Jr. I was with you. We watched that, what I class as quite a brutal display from Beterbiev.
Yes.
How do you reflect on what you saw that night?
It's good. It's very good. I mean, listen, far be it from me to downplay any sort of achievements of this man. But let's get it right, he's a man. I keep saying it. He's a human being, 2 arms, 2 legs. We've been here before. I've said it before, and he done what he's supposed to do, in great fashion. You know, I said it after the fight. He was really good. He was a monster. He was a beast, and that's what he's known as. But he's fighting another beast, and that's what he needs to be worried about.
He's been injured, obviously that's why the fight was postponed from October. How are you looking at that? Because suddenly you've got a Beterbiev who's coming off an injury, whereas coming straight off a Joe Smith fight before. Are there, I mean obviously you're going to see plenty of advantages for Anthony Yarde, but that looks like a clear advantage in that Anthony's going to get a fight in beforehand and Beterbiev's coming off an injury. That seems to bode well.
Well, it's a cliche, but it's not about Beterbiev. I don't care about Beterbiev. I'm being honest. I really don't care about him, other than the fact that he's going to be the person in front of us after this fight. People get injured. You know, it's boxing. And I think it will be placing my energy in the wrong place to focus on somebody else's thing that I can't control. You know, it is where it is. For us, I always revert this thing back to us. For us, it's a blessing because everything is timing, and I just look at it as like the more time we have, the better we become. And I said that in defeat. Anthony Yarde will get better and better and better as time goes on, because we haven't had the benefit of this amateur career, this 100, 200 fights, 12 fight novice, already challenged for a world title. And now, to show you how hard we've worked, we, after Saturday night, are about to fight for 3 belts. So, Dev, you don't do less and get more. You do more and get more. So, it's all about us. It's not about him. It's not about him. It's about us. Anthony Yarde. It's the Anthony Yarde show, and I'm right there with him.
So tell me about this version of Anthony Yarde then. How is he different to the Anthony Yarde that you took into deepest, darkest Russia 3 years ago? I think it was August 2019 now. And, well, this will be 2023 when this fight happens with Beterbiev. A lot of time has passed. There's been, obviously, wins, there's been losses, there's been learnings. Tell me how this man is different that we're about to speak to.
Well, first of all, he took me to the deacon's class.
Were you kicking and screaming?
Without Anthony, there was no Tunde. Yeah. Without Tunde, there's no Ant. So he took me. It was listen, we've said it. We've publicly said it. It was a almighty experience for a team that literally was just made of a dream. Dream it, believe it, become it. We just rode into Russia, no security, no guns, nothing, just me and Ant. And that is just a beautiful thing to know that we've done that and has that kind of experience under our belt. But in terms of the difference in Anthony, the only thing which is different about Anthony Yarde is the experience. That's it. It's nothing more. It's always a blessing when a man could stay true to himself, stick to the people that he's been around from the beginning, not fall victim to outside voices that tell you to go left, to go right. Just stay focused. And he's done that. And now the same will, the same determination, the same fire burns inside of this young man, but now he has experience. And we've also brought another experienced campaigner in this sport, Mr. James Cook. So James, Adi Oluyinka, myself, and we are now, we're just going to put everything into this.
I've seen Anthony doing the sort of game where he's on his all fours and Big Addy's on the all fours and they're whacking each other's hands away. When are we going to see you and him doing that?
But do you see what he did to me?
Did you do it as well?
Oh my goodness!
Are you okay?
Sorry, I'm glad that my knees is still hurting me because he whipped me so hard. I'm like, come on, I'm the boss. I'm strong. I can do this.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know who told me to think that I had the ability. And Anthony just literally it was like a father and a son, but it was the roles were
reversed. So yeah, he's got to leave James Cook alone there. He's going to break something if he goes after him. Goodness
you don't want
me.
James in it. But what a game, Dev.
Yeah, it's great.
What a game.
I'm quite intrigued.
Strength.
Yeah,
It's a real. We call it the Yarde challenge. Anyone out there, come down the gym, challenge Anthony Yarde. Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. But, great game.
Well, look, it will be Stefanie Koykov challenging Anthony Yarde on Saturday. Give us your final prediction for the fight. How you think it's going to play out? What you expect from your man Stefanie over there before we head over to the presser.
Well, I don't expect nothing from Stefanie because I'm not thinking about him. I'm not thinking about him. I'm going to echo what Anthony Yarde said in an interview a minute ago. 1, 2 or 3.